Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Uvick. Today I want to talk about Google Slides. This week, during your ELA projects, you're going to do an animal research project, and you're going to end up with some animal research, and you're going to post it on a Google slide. All right. You should all have a copy of the slide in your Google Classroom. Okay. This slide is a little different because there are some things you can't change. All right. First thing you can change is the name of your animal. I'm going to click there. Just for example, I'm going to say frogs. All right. And then I need to change who is this by. You'll see I can't change the by, only my name. Okay. All right. I can go click to get between slides. I click on the slides. Okay. First slide, I'm going to put where does it live? So I'm going to put my research in here. So I'm going to type inside this box my research. Frogs live in ponds, lakes, swamps, and marshes. They can also live in forests. There's my research. Okay. All right. Now, if I'm going to change the font, I can highlight my writing. And I can come up here. I can change the font style. I want to make it into some fancy or some crazy writing. I can do that. I can also make it larger or smaller. Okay. Some of you know how to change colors. That's great, but we're going to leave it in black and white. Okay. And that is changing the font. All right. Let's go down to what does it eat? I'm going to click on that one. And again, this time I want to use a different font. I'm going to start with something different. I'm just going to scroll through. You may have different ones. I'll use this one. What does it eat? Frogs eat bugs, butterflies, worms, small snakes, small mammals, and other things they find. Okay, so you know how to add that text to there. All right, let's jump up to the photos. All right, photos. This is where you're going to be able to insert some photos. All right, let's remember to insert something, we go to the Insert tab. Click Insert, and it's going to ask, what do you want? I want to insert an image. I don't have any images of frogs on my computer, so I'm going to search the web. It'll bring up a search box here, and I can type what I want to look for. I want to search for frogs. Oh, look at all these. Got some crazy rainforest frogs. Look at those two. I think I want to add that frog because that looks like a frog we find in our front yard. So it's going to put my picture in there. My picture is going to be much larger than I want it. So I'm going to resize that. To resize a picture, you're going to go to one of the corners where you see that diagonal arrow. Pulling it up and down gives you pictures. Then I can move this picture around anywhere I want. And I might want to add another picture. Image. Search the web. Maybe I want to look for frogs from Michigan. Michigan frogs and toads. Let's see what else we can find. I know we have that one. We'll add that one. Again, it's going to plop it in there quite large. You can resize it by dragging that corner. Okay. And then it says, don't forget to add a caption. I might want to put these are frogs found in Michigan. Okay. I could add more, absolutely. All right, the last thing is a little bit of a challenge of video. I'm going to see if you want to add a video to your presentation. You're going to go up because we are inserting. We're going to click insert. This time we're going to click video. It's going to ask, where do we want to look? We can look on my Google Drive, we can look by address, or we can look by YouTube. I think this will work for you. I'm going to look for Michigan tree frogs. Let's see what we find. Oh, here we go. Frog calls, Michigan. Oh, look at all these choices. I think I'm going to pick this one, gray tree frogs, hundreds of them singing into the night. I'm going to select that video. I'm going to plop that right in there. It's going to ask me how long I want to play. We can close that. We'll let it default. Now, if I click on this, hopefully we'll hear. See him right there? All right, we don't have to watch the whole video, but that video will be there for your presentation. Okay, if you wanted more than one. Okay, so we've got a video there. So we've talked about how to insert videos. We've talked about how to insert photos. We've talked about how to change fonts. Remember, we highlight what we want. We can make it bigger. We can make it smaller. We could even here, if we wanted to, add some more images. I'm going to search the web. This time I'm going to look for Michigan bugs. We'll see what we find. What kinds of frog? What kinds of things do they eat? And this would be based on my research. I might say, oh, there we go. I'm going to insert a picture on this page too. Now my picture, remember, comes way too big. Easy to size, just grab one corner, any of the four corners, look for that diagonal arrow, drag it, and then you can move the picture where you want it. Okay. That is your Google Slides. Remember, Google auto saves. You don't need to save. Presentation is all set as is. You do want to make sure that you, when you create from scratch, that your name is on there. Your presentation should have your name and your animal research project. All right, that's a Google Slide reminder. I hope you enjoy doing your research project, and I look forward to seeing them. They should be exciting. Thanks, boys and girls.